Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ustad Hamza, I have a question for you. Lot of Arab atheists, arguments, evidences, facts have no effect on them. Why? And how we deal with them?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I think what's very important to understand is for us to understand our metaphysics, our first principle. Our first principle is that we know that every single human being has a fitrah. And within that fitrah there contains primary knowledge that Allah exists and that He deserves to be praised. This is the fitrah. However, when people grow up and because of parenting and because of society, their fitrah becomes clouded. Our job is to uncloud the fitrah. Now, the unclouding of the fitrah can be done with rational arguments, but it may not work. It can be done with other type of arguments, but they may not work. It can be done with akhlaq and adab and rahmah. It can be done with spiritual experiences. The point here is, all of these things are not to ends, they are means to awaken the fitrah. So if you understand this, when you give an Arab atheist an argument, and it's a really good argument, it doesn't work with them, then that should give you a sign. It should be an ayah, it should be a qarina, an indication that arguments is not going to work on them, because they may have another problem that creates a barrier to the arguments. And generally speaking, that problem usually is kibr, hawa. So have intellectual and spiritual honesty and understand that you could give them all the arguments in the world and they won't accept it. Maybe something else is required to uncloud the fitrah. So my humble opinion would be is to remind them about who they are, where they came from, where they're going to go. And also at the same time to have akhlaq and rahmah, and to try and empathize with them at the same time. Because sometimes having hilm, having forbearance, repelling evil with what is more beautiful, what is more virtuous, humbles people as well. So from this point of view, use other existential, spiritual, emotional strategies, because sometimes, you could argue till the cows come home, and it's just not going to work, because the barrier is not the intellect in this issue. It could be something else like kibr or hawa or whatever the case may be. May Allah make it easy for you guys. May Allah grant you Jannah for those. Keep up the great work. Life is short. SubhanAllah, life is short. Just spend it doing good deeds. Spend it being nice. Spend it being peaceful. Spend it being a da'i. Basically calling people to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Because if you don't do that, you don't have a real life anyway. Allah says in the Quran, Ya ayyuhal ladina amanu, stajibu lillahi wa li-rasuli idha da'akum lima yuhyikum. Oh, you who have believed, people of Amana, respond to the call of Allah and His Messenger to that which gives you life. Allah is already talking to people who have life, but He's saying life upon life, the real life, according to Allah. I love you for the sake of Allah. Keep up the great work. I love you all. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.